Ride the snake to the lake. He's 7 miles long. Don't know how many of you could see that, but this is always lovely to look at as well. 7 miles long. The thing you should be hearing there is the seven chakras. That's the bit. You need to hear these things in the right way. I can keep pointing out, your check engine light is on, your check engine light is on, and you can put a sticker over it like in The Big Bang Theory, Penny with Sheldon when he's freaking out and saying, your check light is on. Aren't you going to check it? Oh, no. Just ignore it. Well, these vessels, these meat suits, they have an oil. It's expressed in at a certain time as being 5 virgins. I mean, we can update the same message and say, check your oil in your engine. Because that when that runs out, you cease to be animated. Anyway, that snake, that I would say is part of your duality. This reality, you have no option but to breathe, so there's very little you can actually do about that. But that's only half of it. It's like epoxy resin. It's 2 parts. It's always in 2 parts. It should be obvious now. Everything is in parts. Even knowledge is imparted within. And it's the parting, like the parting of the Red Seas, the parting of the curtain, the parting of the veil. It just gets shown to you all the time. So we put things in a modern day language, it's check your engine oil. But yeah, take that literally with your car. But consider also that you are in a type of car, you are in a vessel yourself. You have a oil. It's a spiritual oil. Don't try and look for it, because it's not visible. It's about as visible as a broken heart. It cannot be seen. It's like emotions. I challenge anyone, don't actually do this, but I challenge you to go to a surgeon and say, open me up, and because I'm feeling anger or I'm feeling love or whatever. Do you think that surgeon's going to find it? But think about what a surge eon is. Considering you are energy vessels, and just like anything electrical, if you get a surge, it'll blow the fuses. So, oh look, we've got an Amazon van over the road as well. See how, again, this reality is all backwards. It's the wrong Amazon that is growing rapidly, and the natural Amazon is shrinking. What a crazy upside down world this is. I witnessed the most bizarre gathering earlier. Somebody's died. It's like, for fuck's sake, get real. The real reason you're upset is no different from when you were a child and you had something taken away from you. You are feeling sadness, you are feeling lack, because it appears that that personality that was there is no longer there. But that is only the personality. We'll give him a name, we'll call him Fred. Well, I didn't know Fred, but I know him. Just as the same as I know you, and you know me. But if we just judge a book by the cover, and see the exterior, and focus on the exterior, you're not seeing who you really are. You've not found yourself, which is why you're still wandering round the desert, lost, like a lost tribe. So anyway, this gathering. Ugh, talk about groupthink. It was quite bizarre. There was like a couple of rounds of applause, and I thought, what's happened? Is it some magic show? Have they reanimated this body and brought it back to life? And it's like, oh, here we go again, focusing on loss, focusing on lack. No celebration. This is why I'd rather be in the land of the living. So we've got bees and we've got flowers and we've got beautiful nature, and we have a beautiful experience rather than a tragic experience. Because the world is a stage, you all act a part. Now, what play is being put on? You can have a comic tragedy, which this one seems to be. You can have a horror show, or you can have a never-ending journey. You can have a beautiful voyage. Whatever you want to put. You set the stage. Well, the stage is set. You just act in it, and you create the drama, the unfolding story. Whichever way you want to do it, but D-Rama, Death of Rama, Ram, is right in there. But find that Jupiter inside, that Jupiter. A Jew is something that is in service of God, the Creator, which is within you, because the Creator is close at hand. And a Peter obviously is a rock. It's a firm foundation on which to build upon. So, like Jupiter in astrology, it is the bringer of jollity. It's all positive. It's laughter and fun. That's the sort of thing we want to be putting on the stage, I feel. And that's what it all comes down to. How you feel about things. How you feel is how you've interpreted anything. If you've taken it personally, if it's something negative, well, that's why you're feeling that way, because you allowed it in. It's just gossip and hearsay. It is somebody else's opinions, a different personality's opinions. A different personality has a different perspective. It is personal, and it ties them. It ties your eye. Personal, all eye tie. It's fixing you to the external world. So you reverse it. It's amazing, really, if you want to really do yourself a favour. And it's amazing how many people recoil in horror at doing this. And it's something I've suggested before. Record yourself. Talk to your phone. Talk to the gadget. It's something that is given to you, so you might as well use it for you. So make a recording, not to publish so everybody can see, so you can play it back to you and see, so you can see you. And then you can see what you wish to change, how you wish to present your presence in the present. It's actually beautiful what is unfolding. Just depends on your perspective. You can have that sense of and feeling of lack and loss, and you can focus on the mortal remains, which do remain. But the real spirit inside never dies. I would go so far as to say, if you've got a relative that is a bit of a lifelong stoner on the old marijuana, well, I'd say opt for a cremation and all gather around the chimney, and think of the massive bong you can have out of that. Think how that would be a wonderful send-off, would it not? Because there's no escaping death, as I said in the last video. That's a certainty. That is a dead cert. And of course it will be signed off with a death certificate, because you have to balance the books in this reality, that external world, that fiction that is attached to you that you think is you, which is not you at all. It's amazing. It's a game, really. Now, you pick a side. One side will be magicians with illusions, and that's all they have. They have a set of instructions. They have no imagination or creativity, so they just play these things out like a bunch of bad actors. The opposition has all the power. But here's the kicker. With having all the power, you also get amnesia, so the object of the game is to remember, the re-sum for the game. With imagination, an imaginal act becomes an object fact. So you have to object to what this reality is presenting to you and flip it. And then you present to the external world a presence. Ta-ta for now.